please welcome to the stage Dr. Chelsea Clinton.
Goodness, thank you so much for joining us for this important session where I'm really excited to hear from so many people working on so many urgent issues, all with a real, not only focus and commitment, but centering of equity. At last year's CGI meeting, as those of you who were with us will remember, we were incredibly honored to be joined by His Holiness, Pope Francis, in a conversation with my father, in which they discussed kind of many of their shared areas of real kind of purpose in life, including as it relates to protecting and promoting children's health and well-being. And so this year, we're really honored as a continuation of that conversation to welcome the patrons of the World's Children's Hospital, or the Pope's Hospital, back to CGI. And to share more about their work and what they've been doing over the last year, I want to welcome our friend and CGI partner, Fabrizio Bentivoglio, to the stage to tell us more about what they're doing to try to help ensure that every child gets the health care that all children deserve. Fabrizio.
Thank you, Chelsea. I am honored and privileged to be here today with you. You mentioned last year conversation between President Clinton and the Holy Father, and in that conversation, I remember the Pope spoke about children. And I'm here today to tell you a story of a young girl I recently met. Her name is Cecile. She's 12, and she suffers from a respiratory disease. Quite serious, but treatable. She can be cured in our part of the world. She lives in a small village in the Philippines, and there things are a little bit different. For weeks and weeks, I begged her mother to allow us to bring her to Rome, to Bambino Gesù, the Pope's hospital, to treat her, to get access to the best possible care, the best doctors, for free. And she refused because it's a long trip, and I understand that embarking such a venture with a sick daughter is threatening and frightening and very intense. It is a painful, hard truth that a lot of children suffer and die with a life unlived. And there are a lot of children in this situation. I'm thinking about the children of war, and we know how many there are around the world. I'm thinking about children suffering from the consequences of natural disasters and other reasons. But for many of these children, there are already organizations that are trying to take care of them. And I'm thinking about governments, the WHO, the UN, private and public foundations. And then there are hundreds of thousands of children that are on nobody's radar screen. They are invisible and have no safety net. They die from preventable and treatable diseases that are very simple to address here in the developed world. And this is the reality that I'm trying with my partners and friends to address to help the most vulnerable. My name is Fabrizio Arengi Bentivoglio. I'm the president of the World's Children's Hospital, a not-for-profit organization trying to create a system in a sustainable way to support and treat the most vulnerable, suffering children. How are we going to do that? We had developed a hub-and-spoke model based on a digital platform that has been developed to address this issue and connect the best institutions in the Western world to provide healthcare, training, development to doctors, nurses, medical personnel, telemedicine, teleconsultation, and provide this to a network of spoke hospitals, clinics, health centers in the regions, in the developing world, in Africa, in Asia. And these are the institutions, the hospitals, the clinics that treat hundreds of patients every day. And we want to develop a system that can sustain itself and develop local capabilities and knowledge. Because like Cecile, these children deserve the right to be treated at home. With the blessing and the support of Pope Francis, with whom I met last week, I'm happy to launch today with you the Pope Francis Global Alliance for the Health and Humanitarian Care of the Children. The Global Alliance will leverage the extensive global network of the Catholic Church to go and find those children in desperate need. Because as Pope Francis said, while there are incurable diseases, there are no incurable children. Pope Francis has encouraged us to be close to those that suffer and to listen to their voices. And the Global Alliance is the response to this call, but we want also to have an action plan. In fact, we aim to help approximately 500,000 children and their family by the year 2027. And I'm humbled here today by the willingness of and the expertise of my partners of the Global Alliance and CGI to join me in this endeavor. And I hope you too will join us, because I'm strongly believing that together we can make a real change for those that suffer the most, the children. Thank you very much.